Uh,
Okay.
I did Zane cut out for you too?
A little bit.
Okay. I just heard the slurping noises and I didn't hear anything before that.
Yeah, he does that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
I'm too tired to be good boy smart today.
Isn't that always?
No. It's even worse right now.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm a little tired too, but I had a Dr. Pepper with my supper, so I'm kind of awake right now, so that's good.
Ew. Dr. Peeper. I heard he
It's
peeped.
the only good thing to come from this state.
Really?
Yeah, it
You
was
don't
in
like Whataburger?
I don't think Llytic likes fast food all that much.
Typically, it's greasy. Whataburger has good malts, though. It's one of the few places where you can get malts.
Brahms has pretty good malts.
Well, yeah, Brahms has malts, but Brahms isn't quite a fast food restaurant. It's more of a convenience store that happens to sell food.
True.
And
Well-
ice cream. Mostly ice cream.
Yeah, the ice cream's probably healthier for you than the burgers.
Yeah,
Ooh.
probably.
Unless
I
you
usually-
don't want to go.
I usually buy milk from Brahms because it tastes really good and it's cheaper usually, well, at least
Yeah.
here.
But then you go up to Wisconsin, or you go down to Dallas, because apparently it's the only place that they have it in the state. You can get Culver's, which sells custard. It's really good.
Goose
Mhm.
Dad.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dallas gets all the good stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, except for the hurricanes, those two.
Dallas doesn't get hurricanes.
Well, no, but it did get the impact from that one hurricane.
Yeah, it was rain and it was nice because it never rains.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, compared to the previous year, in which it literally didn't rain the entirety of spring and summer.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't rain till fall that year.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, it was horrific.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't have to do yard work, which was great, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you like looking outside and not seeing dead grass.
Yeah.
well, no, you always see dead grass anyway, if you don't live directly in the city, because then you don't have the municipal water system just wasting water on grass.
Well, it depends on the part of Texas, really. South Texas has a lot of greenery. East
Yes,
Texas
but the
as well.
Great Plains.
No, the Great Plains, no, not at all.
No. Anyway,
Let's try to
we're
finish
on
this.
page 230. Let's
250.
stop talking about Texas and instead talk about Washington.
Yes.
Directly above the state that has a cult devoted to the she-demon of the shadows. Or is it she-daemon? Because it was the D-A-E-M-O-N.
Either way, it
think
sounds
it's
hot.
I think it's still pronounced demon, but I don't know.
All right. Okay. One of the things created by one of the people who was working on the Lovecraft mythology after Lovecraft's death, which is most of the people who are working on the Lovecraft mythology, which I'm pretty sure that when that started up, it also started getting significantly less racist.
Yeah, probably.
After all, Call of Cthulhu made a point to mention the races of the different members of the cult. I'm not kidding.
Now I'm trying to remember because I've read Call of Cthulhu once.
It was literally like, yeah, cult members, you had Hispanics, you had black people, you had Native Americans, you had mixed people, you had people that you couldn't quite tell what race they were. It's like,
Those were the white people. He just didn't want to say.
I think I did make a joke about one of the great old ones saying, we have plenty of rich white people at our cults.
That's the majority of what makes up our cults. I think that's the joke you made.
I think it was just like, we have tons of them. Not that they made it the majority, just that there are a good number of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
At the Mountains of Madness is really good. Like that one, I think is probably one of his less racist ones, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. But
I don't think I haven't read that one yet. I did
That one-
read, because I recently, I mentioned this to Tom, I checked out 2 small collections of his work. And one of them starts out with the rats in the wall, which is the first one to mention Nyarlathotep. which is all well and good. And it was like, okay, this is actually pretty interesting. And then he mentioned his cat. His solid black cat, whose name is literally the N-word.
That's terrible. That's so
followed
funny.
by the word man. This cat, which is integral to the plot, it is constantly being brought up by name.
And man.
So literally, it's just like, this was happened. Meanwhile, oh, god damn it.
I'm going to have to read that now. Just
Meanwhile,
how
my cat,
bizarre that is.
my cat did this. My cat was doing this. It's like I think at one point it was like mentioned by name 3 times in one paragraph. It's like, what the fuck? And like, it's also important to mention that Howard Phillips Lovecraft wasn't just like regular modern racist, it was old-timey English racist. So it was anyone who wasn't specifically a rich white person of specific English descent. So the Irish, the Welsh, Celts. Like at one point, like, thank God this part of the building was made with Roman architecture instead of that sloppy Celtic shit. What the fuck?
Wait, really?
Also part of like it wasn't stated that way specifically, but he was like mentioning that like Roman architecture is so much better than Celtic architecture, and he was happy that it was Roman architecture in this part of this cult basement.
Okay, then. That's so stupid. Now, as much as I love discussing this, I think we should probably read Midnight Sun now, because that's what this...
onto a person whose racism is more benign. And
Less
that it
racist
seems
and
to
more-
only specifically target Native Americans.
Yeah, less racist, more sexist, I'd say.
Well, that too, until she starts bringing up the Native Americans.
Well, yeah, I mean, less racist doesn't mean it's not racist.
See, they were literally wild animals. Oh, god damn it.
Okay.
Anyway, we're on page 253. Yeah, like that is the whole joke that people always make of like Howard Phillips was like horrifically racist, and then it's like, yeah, and then you start actually reading it. It's like, god damn. Anyway,
Yeah.
it felt like fire, like the thirsting burn of my throat had spread throughout my entire body.
The next time I was close to her, would I be able to stop myself from touching her again? And if I touched her once, would I be able to stop at that?
God damn it! I almost started like saying the lines from the Cardigan, that Cardigan song again.
Yeah, don't bother, Edward. Just give into it and eat her. It would save her so much. It would save her so much pain.
Touch me
I
hard.
don't go outside that much, and even I'm not the start for, human interaction. No more mistakes. That was it. Savor the memory, Edward, I told myself grimly, and keep your hands to yourself. That or I would have to force myself to leave.
Oh my!
Somehow.
Oh god! I just suddenly flashed back to like one of those like posts on one of those old incel forums talking about them doing an escape room with coworkers. It's like, we touched hands so many times, I literally feel high. Someone responded to it by saying with his guy, every room's an escape room. Because it was like him and a whole bunch of his female coworkers, and it was like, oh boy. Like, relishing the fact that he was in close proximity to women. I think you might want to seek help.
Could have been really kinky.
Wait, what?
It depends on the escape room. It could have been really kinky. I think that's what he said.
Ooh, is there a BDSM-themed escape room? I know there's BDSM gyms.
That sounds incredibly convoluted.
Like, literally, like, as you're working out, your personal trainer is also shaming you.
I'm just picturing like they have the whip and you're like on the treadmill and they're like, faster!
Okay.
I think
Because I
like one of
couldn't
the
tell.
things. I think one of the things was like doing like push-ups, and then like you getting hit with the riding crop if you didn't have proper form.
Well, I mean, I guess.
God
Go
damn it. Because I couldn't allow myself near her if I insisted on making errors.
I think you skipped a line. Or a few.
No. He said that, or I would force myself to leave somehow.
Oh, okay.
Then
So
we
he
started
continued
interrupting him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking assholes.
I'm sorry, Zane.
Anyway, what were we gonna say, Tom?
You
I
forgot,
don't
didn't
remember
you?
now. Yeah,
Yes!
it's fine. It probably wasn't important.
More
At very least,
BDSM
I know
jokes.
I know that they're a thing in Japan. I don't know about where else they're a thing.
I mean, Japan has a lot of weird things.
Yes. I mean, they've also started up the maid gyms. But instead of having someone be reassuring, I'd rather have the BDSM gym.
I'm just picturing like somebody just like having just one of these older dudes who's just, trying to be a creep, and he goes into the gym because he sees a bunch of girls there, but all they do is be really aggressive towards him. I'm just picturing just an angry loli screaming at someone to do better on the treadmill.
I think you've mixed up BDSM gym with tsundere gym.
I don't know, man. Don't tell me you don't think Sunandres aren't into BDSM.
Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that most of the stuff that involves them actually doing that, they're the bottom.
Aw, rip.
Yeah. Because for some reason, that's just how people are. Whenever they write their terrible, terrible, hacky erotica. Because they have no vision! Anyway. I took a deep breath and tried to steady my thoughts.
Emmett caught up to me outside the English building.
I want to make a manga now where this one dude thinks he's in a like harem anime, but the Sunandre actually doesn't like him. And like the Yandere is like, I don't know, crazy obsessed, but not with them.
Honestly, I think it'd be funny if the only person that was actually attracted to them was the yandere.
The Kudere isn't like trying to be silent to be like cool or emotionless or whatever. They literally just can't speak.
Just shy.
Just a mute.
Yeah, they're mute. They have to speak through sign language, but they don't do it often because nobody in the school knows sign language.
Oh, God.
Just stupid stuff like that. Hey, Edward. He's looking better. Weird, but better. Happy.
Honestly, I really would love if there were more series that just outright took the piss out of like the stereotypical tropes, like those stereotypical wish fulfillment tropes. Like, ooh, maybe this girl that's like really mean to me is actually into me.
No. And you probably... I don't get why you would be attracted to anyone who's that negative towards you.
I could understand it if it were a whole thing of like you were equally snarky. And so like
Yes.
The whole thing is that like you're bantering between each other for fun.
Yeah.
Like if you just throw insults
I do that
back
with some of my friends.
Kind of reminds me of that one. I think it was called like Surrogary Children or something like that. I don't remember, but it was like two of the characters were like always putting each other down and insulting each other, but they were like one of the closest couples ever, and it was actually really adorable.
Yeah, like the whole thing of like just a couple that gives each other shit. Like if it were that kind of thing where you had like the tsundere and a snarky male lead, and so they were literally just going back and forth at each other like that.
Mm-hmm.
That would work.
But no.
But no,
All
it's
these
just
harem protagonists are weak shit.
like at least with like Don't Bully Me Nagatoro, like the characters at least have enough of a chemistry together to where it kind of works. I don't know if either one of you have started reading that one.
No, I don't. I'm not usually a huge fan of like harem stuff, so
It's not harem. It's not harem.
How would you tear down the Yandere trope anyways? Would you
Just
make
straight
them
up make
crazy
him a
if
serial killer.
just an actual serial killer?
Yeah. Instead of like basically have it to where they've done this to multiple people, depending on how
so
you
they're
do
just
it.
next in line.
Either have it to where they're next in line and like they've done this multiple times, like getting obsessed, or have it to where it's just like, because typically, like a serial killer, the thing that they're motivated by is typically sexual in nature. So there are a few ways you could actually go about this. One of which that just came to mind is the repressed sexuality of Japan. But like either have it towards that or have it towards the whole thing of because like one of the things you'll see from time to time with serial killers is that they'll kill people who turn them down, like fly into a fit of rage and attack them.
Oh, so just they said yes.
No, they said no.
Oh no, so they are gonna die.
Yeah.
Wait. So the entire show is just him getting killed by an anime trope every episode?
That would be funny.
Like have it start oh god, pull like a fucking school live club. Like it starts out like looking normal and then it just goes off the fucking rails by the end of the first episode.
You get introduced to all the leads, and then he meets the Yandere, and the Yandere is immediately just like, first you turn me down, but in the same day you start talking to other girls? Unacceptable. And they fucking straight up murder them on the spot. They just wake up in their bed the next day, just, what the fuck?
Oh god, Groundhog Day with the Yandere.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Just go to school the next day and just they have to try to avoid the Yandere all day.
Weirdly enough, that's still better than a lot of the shit I've seen. Oh god. Okay, anyway. Alright. Hey Em. Did I look happy? I suppose, despite the chaos in my head, I felt that way.
Way to keep your mouth shut, kid. Rosalie wants to rip your tongue out.
Sorry, I'm pausing there for a second. I'm about to go deep down the rabbit hole into something weird. I sighed. Sorry I left you to deal with that. Are you angry with me?
Nah, Rose will get over it. It was bound to happen anyway. Oh, with Alice with what Alice sees coming.
Alice
God, she sees Rosalie and Bella fucking. God damn it! What is it with some of these ASMR channels?
There's another one. ASMR. I own you, baby. Yandere girlfriend.
Okay.
This person, I think, just makes really fucking Yandere ASMR.
I guess I think that might actually be a bit of a red flag.
ASMR frustrated girl despises you. Mean bully. ASMR enemies with benefits.
I mean, that's kind of normal back home, but less normal here.
ASMR senpai protects you from bullies.
Is this all the same lady voicing it?
Yes. ASMR mommy accepts you for who you are.
I'm really hoping that that's not another one of the kink ones.
ASMR being squire of a Holy Lands Crusader. ASMR staging a mutiny with 2 pirates.
I'm hoping it's with stereotypical pirate accents.
I hope so. ASMR
Hotter me, mateys.
Pirate crabs capture.
Hotter me, mateys.
The fucking.
Yar,
ASMR
fiddle
breaking into Area
being
51.
a pirate is alright with me.
ASMR lucky double Lamia meeting. Zanandre / Dandere. ASMR, don't touch my tentacles, please.
What the hell?
This is the best channel ever.
Okay, I'm gonna have to remember Sorule later.
ASMR, you are Cthulhu's new servant.
Alice's visions were not what I wanted to talk about right now. I stared forward, my teeth locking together.
I mean, Cthulhu does have a daughter. She could easily have said she was Cthulhu.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, that's actually the great old one that's kind of important to the Sinking City video game.
Cthulhu?
Yeah, it's Cthulhu.
I'm gonna have to play the Sinking City. It looks really good.
Honestly, I can't tell if like the like janky animation is in character models are intentional or not.
It might be. I don't know.
Well, like the whole thing is that they do help with the feeling that everything's off, but it's really really noticeable that every time like it switches between characters in a conversation, that they like because it does that thing that happens when you first put a character down in a 3D animation thing to where like their hair and clothing is like basically like its equivalent to the T-pose, and so like if it has like coattails, those are like flayed outwards and stuff.
Huh. ASMR joining to the Illuminati.
But like, so every time it switches between one of the characters in a conversation, like the whole like shot reverse shot thing, like you'll just have it to where their clothing twitches. Like really noticeably, and like the voice, like the facial animation just seems really off. One of the things I noticed that did bug me though is the thing that the in-mouthers, like one of the couples was a human female and a deep one male.
Mm-hmm.
And the lore, it's always a human male and a deep one female, because if it was the opposite, you get something that grows out of control.
Mm-hmm.
ASMR, he is mine. Cthulhu versus Krampus.
Okay,
ASMR meeting Cthulhu's daughter.
Nyla?
Okay, that's not even a contest. Cthulhu would crush Krampus.
I mean, technically speaking, Krampus is technically a god, kind of a god.
I guess Cthulhu isn't a god. Yeah, I always forget that Cthulhu's a priest. It's not a god.
Cthulhu is a priest, but he's a priest that is basically a god in comparison to a human.
Mm-hmm.
In the whole as to a human as a human is to an ant thing, which I always feel is a bad comparison because a single ant can put you down.
Yeah.
That might actually explain what happened to Yegha.
ASMR, the Krampus arena?
Was it Yegha that got taken down in England by just 100 Roman soldiers?
Something like that. I don't remember.
He was basically the one who created the Night Gaunts. Because he's basically like a great old one Night Gaunt.
I'm not like super deep into like the Lovecraft universe thing, so I know some of his stories, but I don't know a whole lot of the deep lore things. So,
like, I've been looking more into the deep lore than the stories themselves, because again, the stories do not age well.
It depends on the story. Like I said, At the Mountains of Madness is very good, and as far as I remember, there was his thing at not being able to do math all that well. But
Steam Chan.
Well, yeah. Again, whenever your justification for not doing math is because of the fact that you have too weak of a constitution for it,
ASMN roleplay flirting with her Fortnite.
Why?
God, this person's just memeing on us.
There is.
You know, the Yandere pizza was just done because of the like
that
Japanese
7 months ago.
tsundere. What? Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
It predates the Domino tsundere pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have there's a channel that I watch called Lumpy Touch, and like a while back, there was an ASMR video he did as a parody. It was Movie Sonic tries to enter your house, and what his deal is, he makes really creepy pixel art, and it's amazing. But
meow.
Meow.
Just
anyway, what line are we on?
It's Zane's line. As I searched.
I can't. I really wish I could just listen to this ASMR. I really want to see what this whole channel's about, but I can't right now.
We've got about half an hour left. Or maybe a little more than that, but we're We've come along a little bit, so
As I
you're almost there.
searched?
We haven't progressed a page yet.
True. Okay, yeah, as I searched.
As I searched for a distraction, I caught sight of Ben Chaney entering the Spanish room ahead of us. Here's my chance to give Angela Weber her gift.
For the love of God, do not mind control him into talking to Angela. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Is this where this is going? I sure hope
That was
not.
the thing that was being talked about last session.
Please do not.
Because it's like, oh, I could have Emmett help me help her by having it to where the guy she likes asks her out. Instead of, oh, I don't know, giving her a pep talk to ask him out herself. That would make more sense. Do not fucking mind control people into relationships, you dumb fuck. Anyway. I stopped talking and caught Emmett's arm. Hold on a sec.
What's up,
Hold up.
Zane?
Sorry, I'm showing my friend the ASMR Fortnite. And immediately my one friend who actually plays it was just like, what the fuck?
I think that's the reaction to most that most people who actually who like regularly play Fortnite would give.
Well,
You have the weird Fortnite players, and you have the people that are just like, yeah, I like BRs.
yeah, that's why he plays it. He likes battle royales.
Because, oh god, what was the one that, not Daisy, was it Daisy?
I don't know. I know I don't deserve it, but would you do me a favor anyway?
God. If it's making me mind control a couple together, I'm not doing it.
Please don't mind control.
What is it? He stated, curious.
Under my breath and at a speed that would have made the words incomprehensible to a human no matter how loud they'd been spoken, I explained to him what I wanted.
Again, stuff like this is, oh god, that is such a dumb vampire power.
He stared at me blankly when I was done. His thoughts as blank as his face.
So you want me to magic roofie him? Yes!
Yes!
So, I prompted, will you help me do it? Fuck no!
It took him a minute to respond. But why?
Come on, Emmett, why not?
Because you are literally taking away a person's free will.
Just imagine Emmett at this point in time. Okay, but why though?
That's his only response to like not do it. Just, but why?
Again, came from a literal murder planet. No.
Yeah, even there, I'm pretty sure mind control would be frowned upon.
Well, mind control is typically done for the sake of murdering people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are some blue bloods who can do it, and that shit's frightening. Because they're also physically stronger than, well, me. Or used to be.
No. Here's
Point
what you
is-
do. You just hit him with the Batista bomb.
Hit him with an RKO. Anyway, who are you and what have you done with my brother?
Aren't you the one who complains that school is always the same? Something a little different, isn't it? Consider it an experiment in human nature. No,
That
it's
doesn't
not an
mean-
experiment in human nature. It's
magic roofies.
yeah.
Suddenly, magic roofies.
Suddenly, pineapples.
That would be preferable.
Yeah.
He stared at me for another moment before he caved. Well, it is different, I'll give you that. Okay, fine. Emmett
Damn it,
snorted
Emmett.
and then shrugged. I'll help you.
You know, the bar wasn't very high in the first place, and you still disappointed me, Emmett. Wow. I grinned at him, feeling more enthusiastic about my plan now that he was on board. Rosalie was a pain, but I would always owe her one for choosing Emmett. No one had a better brother than mine. Your brother just agreed to magic roofie a person.
Emmett
Your
didn't
brother is a terrible brother.
Emmett didn't need to practice. I whispered his lines to him once under my breath as we walked into the classroom.
You're supposed to take the needle out of their hand and loosen up the belt on their arm, not tighten it for them.
Fucking. I don't like where this is going.
I don't think any of us do.
Emmett didn't need practice. I whispered his lines to him once.
I read that.
Ben was already in his seat behind mine, assembling his homework to hand in. Emmett and I both sat and did the same thing. The classroom was not quiet yet. The murmur of subdued conversation would continue until Miss Goff called for attention. She was in no hurry, appraising the quizzes from the last class. Goff, girlfriend.
Fun fact, I knew someone named Goff once.
Cool. So, Emmett said, his voice louder than necessary, if he were really speaking only to me. Did you ask Angela Weber out yet?
The sound of papers rustling behind me came to an abrupt stop as Ben froze, his attention suddenly riveted on our conversation.
Angela? They're talking about Angela.
Good, I had his interest.
No, I said, shaking my head slowly to appear regretful. Sorry, lost my face for a sec.
Oh, wow, that was a short line, wasn't that?
Yes.
Good, I had his Nope, was that?
No.
Fuck.
Why
No?
not?
Why not?
not?
I mean, I improvised. Are you
Chicken.
I grimaced at him. No, I heard that she was interested in someone else.
Edward Cullen was going to ask Angela out? But no, I don't like that. I don't want him near her. He's not right for her. Not safe.
I dislike everyone.
Yeah, no, that's me. Me too.
I hadn't anticipated the chivalry to the protective instinct. I've been working for jealousy, but whatever worked.
Chivalry is dead and we're all better for it.
I could just picture him not being interested in her at all, but he's just like going up to the girl like, no, you can do a lot better than Edward. Come on, let's go find you a real man.
A tree stump could do better than Edward.
Exactly.
The things I would fuck before I fucked Edward is so long as to be nearly infinite. You're going to let that stop you? Emmett asked scornfully, improvising again. Not up for the competition?
I glared at him, but made use of what he gave me. Look, I guess she really likes this spin person. I'm not going to try to convince her otherwise. Her other girl.
The reaction in the chair behind me was electric.
Oh god, everyone's dead.
Oh, God.
Yay, everyone's dead.
Just electricity sparks from, arcs off of Ben and just electrifies everyone around him.
Mm-hmm. Turns out he was a mutant and he had lightning abilities.
This is the X-Men universe?
Yeah,
I mean, it
now
might
it
as
is.
well be. Actually, let me check what Emmett Cullen's abilities are. Make sure I'm not mixing him up with Jasper. Hair color, eye color. Skin. Why would you need to verify skin color in this fucking story? Advanced strength, self-control. Okay, so apparently he just doesn't have powers. Never mind. I guess I was mixing it up with Jasper. God. Okay. Still, it makes more sense to just give Angela a pep talk, like, go get your man, instead of this shit. Oh, God.
No one ever
Now
told
I'm just
you Edward was gonna be a smart boy.
now I'm just angry that you're doing this fucking roundabout shit when you could just be like, go ask about yourself.
Or go ask her out yourself. You could have done it at least that way, you know?
Just grab both of them, put them next to each other.
Watch
Talk.
the magic.
Okay, now, I have been dealing with shit from you two for too long. Just fucking ask each other out here already. That would make more sense than this indirect bullshit. I cannot stand people pulling shit like this. God.
For some reason, Santa Monica is going around in my head.
Now I just have Roundabout stuck in my head.
That's a good one.
Who? Emmett asked, back to the script.
My lab partner said it was some kid named Cheney, I don't know. I'm not sure I know who he is.
She's attracted to Dick Cheney?
Yes.
I bit back my smile. Only the haughty Cullens could get away with pretending not to know every student at this teeny school.
I don't think you've ever met anyone who's bad with crowds. Bad at socializing. I mean, regardless of how small a situation is, even I wouldn't be able to get around to knowing everyone.
I can barely even remember y'all's names.
Alright, who's the name of the person that you're talking to other than me right now?
Well, Tom, that's an easy
Oh.
one.
I was really hoping that you were going to go along with it to get the name wrong.
No,
Wasn't it like Tim?
Tim.
Hello, I am the Tim. I have replaced the Tom person.
In the immortal words of Tiny Tim, God help us, everyone. Oh God, whose line was it? I think Zane just said his.
I
Yes.
think so too.
Ben's head was whirling with shock. Me? Over Edward Cullen? But why would she like me? Maybe because you don't look like you're a bean sprout who grew under a board.
Got him.
Edward, Emmett muttered in a lower tone, rolling his eyes toward the boy. He's right behind you, he mouthed, so obviously that the human could easily read the words.
God.
Edward's just like, who cares?
It's that, like, even descriptions that, like, I get it, Stephenie Meyer, you're not anti-women, you're anti-human, but goddamn if this shit isn't fucking annoying. I give shit to humans all the fucking time. But even I'm not this bad.
Is it my line?
Yes.
No, the page refreshed. Why?
Your line starts with O.
Yeah, you're on page
I
255
have
of
to scroll
about half.
back down.
Can't you just type in 255?
I'm on my phone.
Oh,
Oh, I muttered back.
there we go.
I turned in my seat and glanced once at the body behind me.
You said body.
Hey,
Boy.
buddy.
Holy shit! I legit thought that said body.
Well, it's saying body
I was gonna make
behind.
a joke about him already being dead.
I mean, the body was funny, but
It was like, oh, that says body. Okay. It's like the body behind me. Okay, I wasn't expecting him to be dead. But then you brought that up, and I was like, wait. Oh. Okay.
Nobody heard that, right?
I heard that.
I heard it.
You heard what?
Power!
I just found a video called "The Real Pillar Man," and it has Terry Crews as a pillar man.
I saw that in my recommendeds, and I'm planning on waiting until after this is over to listen to it.
Well, there's your spoiler for it. Power.
And also, I finally remember the name of the last Pillar Man. Like Friday. ECDC.
And, yeah.
ACDC.
Cars, WAMU, and ACDC.
Wasn't there one more?
Santana.
There we go. Yeah,
He was
but
basically an underling to all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Anyway, Yeah, I glanced at the body behind me. For a second, the black eyes behind the glasses were frightened. Then he stiffened and squared his narrow shoulders, affronted by my clearly disparaging evaluation. I don't think most people in this generation, in like the millennial generation, would give a shit if someone didn't realize they existed.
Not really.
That is par for the fucking course. It happens when you have a global population of 7 billion. Oh, God. His chin shot out, and an angry flush darkened his golden brown skin. Well, that's one thing he has going for him. He's not so fucking pale.
Huh, I said arrogantly as I turned back to Emmett.
You do everything arrogantly. Don't you start this shit with me.
He thinks he's better than me, but Angela doesn't. I'll show him.
You don't need to make this a competition.
I'll
She's
show
already
him
attracted to you. Yeah.
It's okay, Llytic. It's just a story. Words
It's
can't
not
hurt you.
okay.
I could just picture him like not going for Angela, and then he ends up dating like the first female president instead.
No, show it.
Like, fuck you, Edward. Successful women like me, not you.
No. Angela becomes the first female president.
There we go.
That too.
President, would you keep
President Weber.
would she keep her last name, or would she, if they got married?
Hyphenated.
Okay, there we go.
Weber Cheney or Cheney Weber?
Cheney Weber.
Weirdly sounds better.
Well, it's alphabetical order for one.
That might be it. I don't know, because actually, yeah, Moretti Parker is also alphabetical.
I feel kind of sorry for the first man, only because I can already picture people trying to like compare the two, you know?
Well, I'm pretty sure there's already going to be, like, there's immediately going to be emasculation jokes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just like, how does it feel to have your wife be the president or whatever, you know? Like,
Feels pretty good!
yeah. You know, like, how does it feel to like have your wife be more successful than you? Just stuff like that. And I could just picture it be like, I don't know, how does it feel to not be dating the fucking president? That would have been my response to that. Like,
I get to fuck in the Oval Office and you don't.
Just kind of the whole thing is like, so how's it feel to have your wife more than me? It's fine. She gets all the responsibilities. I get all the perks with none of the responsibilities.
How does it feel not fucking in the White House?
Exactly. I really hope the first man's that charismatic that they can recover from all the emasculation people are going to try to put them through.
Well, I should hope so.
Emasculation is one of the stupidest things, because unless it's being done as a kink, there's no real point to it.
Yeah, unless it's to try to intentionally, you know.
Yes, but even then, it's really stupid, because you're holding them to really stupid bullshit standards.
Yeah, unless you're trying to insult them for not being, I don't know, a gentleman, and you're being a dickhead.
Well, then someone in that conversation is wearing a fedora.
Milady.
And is probably also upset that the first woman president is not doing all of her work in the kitchen.
Hi, it's me, the first female president here in the White House's kitchen. Here's where I do my paperwork.
As my husband cooks my meal. The only real reason I'm doing this is so that my husband doesn't have to walk as far to get me my food.
That's right, I'm the goddamn president. I can do my papers wherever the fuck I want.
I'm being courteous to him.
You see this law right here? Boom. Vetoed.
I mean, granted, because of the fact that the fucking Senate is completely broken in how it works, most laws get passed through executive orders anyway.
Yeah.
Which is why it's always funny when people complain about a president doing too many executive orders. It's like, it's the only way for anything to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's complete and total gridlock.
But at the same time, it's good that people are complaining about it, because
we should burn the government to the ground and start from the ground up.
I mean, for one thing, what could happen is getting rid of the filibuster, because the filibuster actually doesn't help anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It helps minority. Yeah, but not actual minorities, just whichever party's in the minority. And even then, not really.
We do the whole system, but like how George Washington said, where he said, "Please don't form parties, okay, bye." And then they formed parties.
Yeah.
Immediately. Or if you are going to form parties, have it to where it's not just two parties having the majority of the power.
We need to do it like Australia does it. Do you
Violently?
know how that works? So you have to. So how Australia works is you have to rank who you want to be, with who you want to be the most at the top and who you want the least to be at the bottom.
Okay, so it's more of a whole thing of like, is it multiple or is it just two?
I'm not really sure
Like
fully,
for
but
the
it'd be
ranks
like
that
this.
you give people.
Like, let's say it'd be like in the United States like this. Like, I want to vote for this smaller party, but there's for no sure way that they're gonna win. But I'll leave my first place for them because I really want them to, and then I'll put my second one as one of the two major parties I think are gonna win. So if everybody per se puts that smaller one that they don't think is gonna win first, there's a small chance that they will.
Okay, so basically you have a big vote and a small vote.
It's a vote for you have to vote for every single person.
That would actually work and get it to where it's not just a Republican or a Democrat. That would be
Yeah, because you still vote for you still have your actual vote as second place, but if you have one of the smaller parties you really want to vote for first, you can do that too.
It might
we
also
could finally
help
have it to where the majority holding parties in the House and Senate aren't complaining about the fact that they're being picked on.
And then
fun thing the past 4 years.
Maybe that could help the smaller parties get more press, or not press time, just screen time anyway, and they actually get people to listen to them.
Yeah, because if you have to vote for everyone, you might as well vote for the smaller one first, just in case.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, some people in our country I think are just so stubborn they would never ever vote for, the opposite party kind of thing, which is required. And like the Australian system, you have to put a ranking for every single person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which would also make it to where you'd actually have to pay attention to the debates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yelling at each other and all.
But it actually means that you would get involved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that would be a good way to do things, because so many voters just either don't vote or just vote for whoever they're like, whatever, I'll vote.
Well, I mean, there's a reason why Texas has laws that only really seem to help one or two people. Because no one in Texas pays attention to that shit.
Depends on the person.
Like, the majority of people, like Texas has one of the worst voting turnouts of any state.
And I know that my parents vote, but my parents don't really vote based off who they really like in the party per se. I think they vote whoever's going to help them more economically.
Mm-hmm. And that's a perfectly valid reason to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the...
Who's
yeah.
Did you say
that was the last line, I think. No, he thinks he's better than me. I'll show him.
Did you say that one?
Yeah, I said that one.
Okay.
Perfect.
Didn't you say she was taking Yorkie to the dance, though? Emmett asked.
She's taking a dog?
Yo, that would be such a fucking power move.
I'm bringing my dog. It's like that one person who like brought his cat to prom.
That poor cat.
What shit?
Emmett asked, snorting as he said the name of the boy that many scorned for his awkwardness. Okay, fuck all of you. Just gonna say that right now.
Everyone in the Cullen family is awkward because they don't know how to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, you just reminded me of one of the worst things that ever happened to me in middle school. Somebody asked me out on a date.
Are you going to
Here's the
elaborate?
thing. Yes.
Okay.
There was a truth or dare, and they were dared to ask me on a date. So they pretty much went up to me, asked me on a date, and I said, no. And before they even turned around, I just heard them like let out a sigh of relief and go, "Thank God."
That's
horrible. I was like, "Wow."
It's bad enough that it was the dare. Like, never dare someone to date someone. That's just a shit move in general. But,
yeah.
And didn't you also say that you have had people ask you out legitimately though?
I've had one person try to like drop hints that they were interested in me, and I immediately was not okay with that. And then I had somebody else who was trying to get me to date them, and I was not into them, so I had to let them down easy.
But at least there are people attracted to you.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, that's technically true of everyone.
Yeah.
Or there's going to be someone out there who will be attracted to you. The only way that's not possible is if you are just an absolute piece of human garbage.
The first one was in middle school when I was not emotionally stable enough for any sort of positive reinforcement. So that one didn't work. The second one, I just didn't really like them. And what they did was have their friend who constantly tried to bully me ask them instead for me. So that was already just like, that's even worse. Like, if I have to hang out with you, I have to hang out with this person. So that's just another kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you'd think that they'd at least ask someone, like a friend of theirs, who didn't bully you.
Mm-hmm. So,
like, hey, I know you hate this person, but can you please ask them out for me?
Yeah, but I didn't, completely butcher that second one to the point where they were crying or anything. So
wait, the first one cried?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
The first one gave up and moved on. The second one also moved on, but they were the first one to ask me out directly, and everyone was warning me not to be a dick about it.
Okay.
So I'm super self-conscious about it, but like I'm pretty sure I just explained enough that I'm not interested, and we just moved on.
Yeah.
I never spoke to them face to face about it either. It was over text.
Oh God.
That's
that
another
can
thing
be either really good or really bad, depending.
Well, so long as you don't break up over text.
Yeah, they never talked to me face to face. Like, they were too nervous, so they got their friend to get the phone number from me, and it was all just really weird, and I didn't like it.
Oh my God, someone who doesn't like you having to do. I kind of feel sorry for the friend too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, they were a very prideful person. I don't think they gave two shits about me for a second there.
Well, like the fact that, like, from what you said, they clearly didn't like you, and then having to do this shit, it's like, God damn it.
Yeah, it wasn't even like somebody who directly hated me. It's just somebody who's bullying the nerdy kid for, the fact that, just social ladder kind of stuff.
Weirdly enough, I've never experienced that kind of thing.
Count yourself fortunate. It sucks.
I was honestly probably the lowest rung at my school.
So I was like, I don't know. It's for nowadays. It seems to be less the nerdy person and more just the awkward person.
Which is what I was.
Because like the nerdy shit is more just mainstream nowadays. So it's like everyone's into the nerdy shit. That's not what you're gonna get bullied for.
No, I was socially awkward. I'm not even gonna front about that. I was.
Confident nerds are now commonplace.
Mm-hmm. For better or for worse.
I think it's definitely for better.
Nah.
It depends on the person.
People are just fucking posers.
You mean like me? You mean like me being fake nerd because I only know one Steam Powered Giraffe song?
I don't even know what the fuck Steam Powered Giraffe is, dude. You're fine.
That was the first Neckbeard story we did. The whole thing is that Madame Macabre is a big Steam-Powered Giraffe fan.
Oh wait, that's that one like cosplay group that did the actual steampunk thing that sounded really cool.
Yeah. And so is the whole thing is like I made a reference to like one of their songs as well. I referenced one of the songs in the title of the last episode of it. And I literally put in the description, I'm not apologizing for the pun. It's the only Steam-Powered Giraffe song I know. Because, like, the only one I know was Mecto Amor. And the title was Mecto Abor.
Yeah, that was the only exposure I've ever had to Steam-Powered Giraffe. I think you showed me this, but I can't remember it now.
I showed you pictures of the spine.
Okay, yeah, you showed me pictures, but you didn't show me the actual song.
Anyway, what?
Spine?
Yeah, it's like this robot dude who has like spikes sticking out of his back.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool.
Like an actual spine. I'm like, what the fuck?
Did you finish? Okay, yeah, the awkwardness thing. Oh god, many scorn for the cat. Again, most of the time I don't think that the awkward kid is going to be hated unless it's like he also doesn't shower.
Mm-hmm.
No, people are just vicious.
Yeah,
like-
that's one of the things is like if someone's different and like a pretty big difference, like if they have like say Asperger's or something like that, and they're like really socially awkward, sometimes people can just take that and like just turn it against them just for the sake of turning it against them, not for any reason, but just because kids are mean.
I don't know. I guess in my experience, that shit has started dying down for the most part.
Again, count yourself
Comparatively.
Mm-hmm.
I
Compared to
don't know
how it
about
used to
that.
be. It used to be a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just what happens when you get older. The kind of bullying changes.
Mm-hmm.
I just meant like overall.
I don't know.
Then again, I didn't go to high school on this planet.
And then again, I don't really go to. I'd have to ask my actual like mom who's in teaching about the status of bullying to see if she thinks it's less.
Well, the thing is, they'll probably dodge around it when teachers aren't around, so teachers won't know as much unless there's a kid who's actually talking to them about it.
I remember when my mom told me the reason that some people are just ignored for bullying. It's because this might be because my mom's in elementary school, but it kind of works like this. If you go and tattle one time, it's not considered bullying. But here's the thing. The kid's not going to tattle every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So the one time they do ask, nothing happens.
Exactly.
There's also the whole thing of getting shamed for, like, making a fuss about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are also like teachers and principals and stuff like that who don't pay attention and are just really shitty at social cues and stuff like that, and they don't belong in that line of work. It's just, and sometimes the teachers are the ones who can contribute to the bullying. It's well,
dumb. Everything.
yeah.
It's yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, that was a group decision, apparently. I wanted to be sure that Ben was clear on this. Angela's shy. Well, the guy doesn't have the nerve to ask her out, she'd never ask him. Again, you could have just given her a pep talk. You was important, you was beautiful, you was kind. Now go get your man.
I could just picture this kind of like a reverse psychology kind of thing. Like, I'll give you $20 to ask him out.
No,
And I'll give you 20 more if he says no.
I don't know. I just suddenly imagine Edward doing this thing, but the other way around, like around Angela, making it sound like he's going to ask Ben out. Like, oh fuck, I gotta ask Ben out. Otherwise, Edward will snatch him up.
You like shy girls, Emmett said, back to improvisation. Quiet girls. Girls like, I don't know, maybe Bella Swan.
I grinned at him. Exactly. Then I returned to the performance. Maybe Angela will get tired of waiting. Maybe I'll ask her to prom. RK prom out of nowhere.
Okay. Is that the involvement of asking, or is that a thing that's happening at the prom?
What happens?
It's showing up to the prom and asking somebody who's already at the prom to go to prom with them.
Well, no, you said RK prom, so my immediate thought is something at the prom that involves an RKO.
Yeah.
So you
But
just leap
here's
in
the
the
thing.
air, get the person in a headlock, and drop to the ground with them?
That would be an RKO out of nowhere at prom, though.
Yes, an RK prom.
No, RK prom out of nowhere is taking out the out part, so you're not knocking them out.
Okay.
Shut up, it makes sense.
Does it?
Yes, fuck you.
I'm tired of
Man, if someone decided to ask me out in a way that involved RKOing me, depending on how charismatic they are, it might work.
Also, how dexterous they are, because they gotta RKO you, but they gotta RKO you enough so they don't hurt you to the point where you can't go to prom. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a tall boy. You gotta get some like air on that.
Well, here's the thing about the RKO. It comes out of nowhere, so you wouldn't be expecting it. You could be like bending down at the like punch bowl to get some punch, and then boom, you just hit your face hits the table.
I'm bending over the punch bowl.
Hope nobody RKO's me. Boom.
Just I'm imagining like just somewhere with a punch bowl. Oh no, I'm bending over, completely not expecting anything. Hope no one RKO's me. Just shifty eyes looks around the room.
I'm just picturing like a WrestleMania kind of like just WWE event that's just like a commercial or something, and it's like a prom night kind of thing or just a party, and it's somebody hovering over the like the punch table saying that.
Now I'm just imagining like one of those big wrestler guys in just like a bow tie. Like, I don't know. Just Llytic, I think it's your line.
Oi. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's your line.
Okay. There we go. Sorry, I was getting my cord.
Oh, okay.
Also, I'm really hoping for that there's also announcers.
I mean, that's the only way to do it.
Oh god,
It's just the DJ.
No, I'm just imagining like the whole idea of like you getting someone's attention by RKOing them. So you have your friends
as the announcers.
Yes. Like, all right, I'm gonna try and ask him out. I need your help with this.
All right, so there's so and so going up for the to make the first move.
He's a big fan of the WWE, and I have the perfect idea. Oh god, I'm just imagining like right before Impact, one of them just yells out, "Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?" Like right before Impact.
As God is my witness, the table has been broken in half.
God is my witness, he is broken in half.
I always say in the table, because if you RKO them like well enough with dexterously...
Well, no, like the actual quote was, "He is broken in half."
I know, I was tweaking it
like
to
he
make...
got thrown through a table, but apparently he's the one that got broken in half.
Ah, okay.
Wasn't that the Hell in a Cell one too?
I think so.
That got thrown off the top of Hell in a Cell.
Maybe I don't know. I don't watch wrestling. I just know.
I mean, honestly, you should because it's kind of amazing.
No, I do want to watch it. I just don't know where I can find it.
Weirdly enough, like when you get down to it, like the basics of the WWE style professional wrestling can be translated to a lot of stuff in life.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole thing of kayfabe basically just being public face.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, whose line? Oh yeah, it's mine.
Yeah.
No, you won't, Ben thought, straightening up in his chair. So what if she's so much taller than... Score.
That's even better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, she has a thing for shorties. This is adorable. If she doesn't care, then neither do I. Oh god, they show up to prom, he's in heels.
No. Platform shoes.
Oh god, he's in the Skankenstein boots.
Yeah.
You see
He
those?
just carries around a stool with him the whole time.
Oh god, okay, let me pull up Skankenstein boots. Because Tom might know what these are. I don't know about Zane.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I do know what they are, but...
Oh god damn it, I searched Skankenstein and for some reason I'm not getting the solid black platforms.
Did that stupid Dora movie come out?
Yes.
It's been out. It's been out for a while.
I just heard boots, and I want to make a joke about not knowing what boots was. Then I'm like, all right, what's the closest thing I can think of to boots that I might mistake it for? And
Yeah,
then Boots from Dora came to my mind. I'm just like, fuck.
But yeah, he just shows up to prom wearing those.
Yep.
And she's also
Hot damn. That's like a shoe pushed into a shoe with a shoe on top. Like,
one of the greatest things to come out of the goth movement.
no, not at all.
Yes, even better when they have spikes on them.
That's like, if you put spikes in those, that'd be a fucking weapon.
It is a weapon.
I failed to see the problem here. Regular high heels could be used as a weapon if you know how to kick.
It's like, these don't belong to normal people. You need to give these to like some jujitsu kung fu master to like bluntly...
Oh my god, I have an idea for my next monk character.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Yes.
Just a monk running around in those. They immediately have disadvantage on stealth checks because those just clack on the
Shujitsu master.
You just hear like thud, 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 thud.
What is that? Gets kicked in the face.
You should at least give the shoes like some sort of advantage then, like their blunt damage or something.
It's an additional damage die for unarmed strikes.
I would say those would count as monk weapons, and they start out as 1d4. You can increase them with martial arts damage.
I don't know. I almost want to feel like with how heavy those are, like it's an additional amount of damage on top of the monk weapon damage. Like I don't know, like shoes +1 or something like that.
Yeah, maybe a +1 magic weapon.
Yeah, make them a +1 magic weapon.
There's nothing magical about them. They're just shoes.
That's
just
the point.
so
They're
heavy.
magical looking though.
They're heavy. Oh god, they're the studs, so they do piercing. They do piercing instead of blunt.
Adamantium. They get a crit on a 19 or a 20.
Make it specifically a tiefling monk.
Exactly. But what path would you go?
Okay, let's see. What would be a good path for this one?
Way of the open fist, way of shadows, way of the four elements,
Way of
the
shadows.
sun soul.
We're making a goth tiefling monk.
Well, the way of shadows, you can literally teleport between
Exactly.
shadows and higher levels. Okay.
Can you think of something more goth? Oh my god, this would be perfect for a campaign set in like the modern day or like the late 90s.
Yeah, there's campaigns like that?
I
Yeah,
mean, technically speaking, if you're able to properly like homebrew stuff like guns, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The problem
Well, I mean,
is that it's kind of hard to homebrew something that technically would, like, at very least incapacitate most people with a single hit in real life.
Yeah, I think the way it goes is like, they do have profiles for guns, but it's like a pistol is like 1d10, musket is like 1, and a blunderbuss is like 2d6 or more or something like that.
What you do is you set it in like a really poor area so that guns are rare.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, poor area guns. It depends on the poor area. For instance,
For the sake of
rural-
homebrew, shut up.
the rural South.
Pretty sure some cities have guns in poor areas too.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying that our group of our gang of
So, like-
motley heroes, quote unquote, and their gang just doesn't have any guns in it because they're too poor. I might give some to the enemies because I hate my team, but you know.
Like the whole thing is like when it's a poor area, people got to do what they got to survive, and a lot of times that's violent crime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. But
Like,
this
I
group
can't
is
afford
violent crime with old ass fucking weapons because that's all they can afford right now.
The only job I could, like, how shit this neighborhood is, the only way I was able to get a job was drug peddling. I needed to support my family starting at age 14.
Damn, and I want to do a D&D campaign where it's just a bunch of modern day bullshit.
Oh, that's the thing that, like, kind of why I started working on, like, Unmasked as, like, a campaign, as, like, a system, is the fact that I couldn't find, like, a good system for a modern day thing. Like, modern day fantasy.
I want to make all the orcs cops.
That would be a better idea than how it turned out in Bright, in which the orcs were literally just black people. Because its racial metaphors are way too on the nose, so you just have orcs running around in chains and hoodies. And like jerseys.
I just want a bunch of barbarian orc cops.
Our commentary is on the other side. Police brutality is really brutal.
As fun as this commentary is, I think we've gone a little off the rails with commentary this time.
Usually, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's finish this page, I think.
So what if she's so much taller than me? Why would you be upset if the girl's taller than you? I see this as an absolute win.
Yeah, she can reach the top shelf for you.
Again, depends on the person.
I'm failing to see a downside to this. Anyway, if she doesn't care, then neither do I. She's the nicest, smartest, prettiest girl in this school. She's also on the basketball team. And she wants me.
I liked this Ben. He seemed bright and well-meaning, maybe even worthy of a girl like Angela. Fuck off, Edward.
Oh,
fuck you, Edward. You can't judge
the
anyone.
greatest thing a girl can be.
I gave Emmett a thumbs up under the desk as Miss Goff
It's Goff.
Geiger.
What?
It's golf. Just think golf, but like saying it in like a, or like how my immortal talked about
Yeah.
Golf clubs and then upgraded the class.
Dear God.
Dear
Okay, I'll admit it. That was sort of fun, Emmett thought.
I smiled to myself, pleased that I'd been able to shape one love story's happy ending. Shut up, Edward. Jeez.
I'm sorry. You could have just given her a pep talk and had her do it herself. Or locked them in a room together.
I was positive that Ben would follow through and Angela would receive my anonymous gift. My debt was repaid.
God.
How silly humans were to let a 6-inch height differential confound their happiness.
I would be absolutely elated if I ran into a woman that was 6'6".
Nah, they need to be at least 10 foot tall.
They need to classify as large in D&D.
Yeah, it's past 8 foot that they're right at 9 feet they start to be classified as large.
Oh God.
I only date large party members.
Well, you're gonna have some real issues then, because there aren't any character races that are anything other than medium or small.
Goliaths come pretty close. They can be 8 to 9.
Goliaths can get to 8 foot, but unless you're working homebrewed, in which you have to work with special rules, because the D&D wiki that has the homebrewed stuff actually does have rules for how to do that, so that you don't end up with a character that's able to wield a weapon that can one-shot anything at level 1.
Yeah, I still want to play my tree man at some point in time.
Like, the way they had it was that basically you're able to wield a heavy weapon as though a light, and then an idea for something called, like, oversized. Which is not quite large, not quite a large weapon, but not normal sized.
Oversized weapons, if I remember correctly, it's like optional rules that can go in tandem with rules for large creatures, or it could be kind of on its own type thing.
Which now I'm just imagining if someone decided to play like that one, like forest giant race I saw on there, just basically like a 10-foot tall elf.
That could be fun.
Just the entire party outside, inside the building, and just them peeking in through the window. What are they doing? They couldn't fit through the doors. Anyway.
Is it my line or...
No, it's...
Whose line is it anyway?
Who mentioned this? Oh, that was Zane. Okay. My success put me in a good mood. I smiled again as I settled into my chair and prepared to be entertained. After all, as Bella had pointed out at lunch, I'd never seen her in action in her gym class before.
What?
Because she's...
What?
Because she's unhealthily thin and therefore can't really do much. Also because woman in a shitty story, therefore she's not very physically capable.
No, but like that whole phrase is just like, "Oh, I'm going to be entertained at gym class." Like he's stalking her in like gym. Ugh.
Again, all I'm thinking about now is "Don't Bully Me, Nagatoro-san," in which Nagatoro is one, a member of the swim team, and 2 is apparently a pretty goddamn accomplished like martial artist. Like she's fully able to roundhouse kick someone in the face.
Nice.
Like, what is it with all these stories? It just, God. I'm like, oh, we need to have it to where she's not very capable in physical activity.
Mike's thoughts were the easiest to pinpoint in the babble of voices that swarmed through the gym. His mind had gotten far too familiar over the last few weeks. With a sigh, I resigned myself to listening through him. At least I could be sure that he would be paying attention to Bella.
Again, I think you're starting to get off on like spending time in Mike's mind.
I was just in time to hear him offer to be her badminton partner. As he made the suggestion, other partners ran through his mind. My smile faded and my teeth clenched together, and I had to remind myself that murdering Mike Newton was not a permittable option. What the fuck?
Well, Mike's
He's not
just
your
about
personal Bella TV channel, dude.
Also, Mike's about as unlikable as you are in this story due to the fact that we're able to see inside his mind.
It's almost like mind reading's more of a curse than a power.
You know, I just started to think about the whole thing of like the bad lessons that TV tropes was mentioning Twilight having, and the possibility that the ones that were talking about like going for the cool mysterious guy instead of the nice, like that nice boy in your class, I'm starting to think that those might actually have been written by nice guys who didn't seem to realize that Mike is also an asshole.
Yeah.
That nice guy that's right in front of you. Okay, yes, but that guy is also super clingy and possessive and won't leave me alone. Anyway, thanks, Mike. You don't have to do this, you know.
Don't worry, I'll keep out of your way.
You're on the other side of a net. Or is it twos?
Yeah,
It's
it's
twos.
twos. That's why I
Okay.
said partner.
Well, I don't know. If it were one-on-one, you'd still have to partner up.
Deuce is wild.
They grinned.
I was about to barf, sorry.
Yeah, this story is pretty bad.
They grinned at each other, and flashes of numerous accents, always in some way connected to Bella, flashed through Mike's head.
What?
One where I could just picture him slapping the badminton thing, and it hits Bella in the back of the head. It's just stuff like that going through his mind. Just accidents where he ends up hitting Bella somehow, like running through into her on accident,
Dear God, that
slapping
was
her
like,
with the mitten.
that was like the most concerning sentence I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really awkward.
Just a little bit.
Mike played alone at first, while Bella hesitated on the back half of the court, holding her racket gingerly, as if it were some... Okay, 1, you don't hold a weapon gingerly. 2, this is the
No.
exact fucking thing I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Then
This is when
Coach
Mike turns
Klopp,
around and starts screaming at Bella, his competitive spirit shining through.
for the love of God, hit the
Stop
shuttlecock.
being a coward and fucking swing!
Stop being a coward and just hit that fucking shuttlecock already.
Bella, I don't really say this because it's usually just a stupid, like, TV stereotype, but picture the badminton object as something you hate. And it's just like the person in the alley comes to her mind.
Hit
She kicks it.
hit the damn birdie, you damn potato.
She ends up punching Mike in the nose.
No. She tries to punch it. Oh, God. Then Coach Clapp, not actually his name, a nickname, I'll let you guess how he got that one, ambled by and ordered Mike to let Bella play.
All right, do we want to go
Again.
one more?
Yeah,
One
let's
more.
do one more page.
Ew, pages.
Yeah, they are pretty terrible players.
Uh-oh, Mike thought as Bella moved forward with a sigh, holding her racket at an awkward angle.
Maybe
Because
she's
we
just
can't
better
let her
with
be
soccer.
physically capable.
Jennifer Ford served the birdie directly towards Bella with a smug twist to her thoughts.
I
Like
like
some-
Jennifer already.
Jennifer's got that fighting spirit. Mike saw Bella
Jennifer actually does shit.
Mike, I could just picture Jennifer just watch the teacher run by, and she's smirking like, "Oh, I'll just keep hitting it towards Bella and use it as an excuse that I'm just trying to have her play, but in actuality, I'll be winning."
Easy point.
Mike saw Bella lurch toward it, swinging the racket yard wide of her target, and he rushed in to try to save the volley.
I watched the trajectory of Bella's racket with alarm. Sure enough, it hit the taunt net and sprung back at her, clipping her forehead as it spun out to strike Mike's arm with a resounding thwack. Hooray! Everyone's in pain.
Slapstick violence.
Except for Jennifer Ford.
Who is currently counting her points up.
Ow. That's going to leave a bruise.
Oof.
Good.
Bella was kneading her forehead. It was hard to stay in my seat where I belonged.
Yes, you do belong in that seat, away from everything.
But what could I do if I were there? And it didn't seem to be serious. I hesitated, watching. If she intended to continue to try and play, I was going to have to manufacture an excuse to pull her out of class. It's just fucking badminton, mate! Chill!
Oh my god!
You ain't ever have a kid hurt in sports or something, boy? Or is it just because you're just so old fucking timey, you think if she gets a simple scar, it's gonna get infected and she's gonna die of dysentery or something?
Going back to those shitty anime tropes, we can't have you get a scar, you're a girl. I'm sorry, but if they depending on the scar, they're pretty fucking hot.
I mean,
Bella like
from childbirth, though.
I mean, if it's something that could easily be from them getting in a fight, nice.
This is a scar I got for kicking this dude's ass for trying to bully my little brother.
Like you just get like the diagonal across the face. Or like that one that just goes right over the side of the mouth at like the slight hair lip.
No. I'm thinking more like the just cross shape. Like,
what happened to you? Oh, you think this is bad? You should have seen the other guy. This was the only slash he got in before I stabbed him with his own knife.
That's hardcore.
Well, that's the whole thing. If you're going to try and attack someone, you better make sure that you have a weapon on you that you're completely okay with them using on you.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's always the chance of them getting a hold of it from you.
That's why you use the bow. If you're at a distance, then you're fine. But if they get close, it'll be pretty hard for them to use it against you.
The moment that blade hits a bone, there's a chance that they now have a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Again, I think it's just really more revealing I think of women who are capable of kicking people's ass. And have done so before.
That seems kind of violent.
Well, yes, but then I know I'm safe. From other people.
It could be violent to you, but okay.
Like I said, from other people.
Okay.
I don't have to worry about other people attacking me if she's around.
Hell, keys can be a weapon that you use and just fuck up someone pretty badly.
Yeah,
with that.
most things can be.
I summon my stand, my girlfriendo.
That was pretty good. Good job, Zane.
Is she just shouting useless while raining haymakers on them?
Muda, 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 muda.
They're like, it's like a really short dude who just poses and his like super tall girlfriend's behind him in a really menacing pose.
Yeah.
I almost made a joke about you there. God damn it. You're not even that short. You're just average height.
Yeah. Fucking tall ass fucking friend. Fuck my friends. Too fucking tall.
Yes.
Even Kyle's taller than me. That's the worst part.
How tall is Kyle?
I forgot, but he's tall.
How tall are you?
I think
average height.
we established it was like 5'9".
Yeah, like literally, I think I'm like either at the average or just below it.
Yeah. How tall are you,
okay.
Tom?
I'm 5'11" 3/4. I thought I was 6 foot, but no, that just adds insult to injury. And everyone in my family is taller than me.
Yeah, my license from 2016 says I'm 5'9", so if anything, I've grown maybe an inch, but probably not.
And if memory serves, I am like right at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, I think you are slightly taller than me, but like
What's really funny is that I had a really short friend in high school, but like I think somehow after high school he grew taller than me. It was so weird because he like had like a sudden high school growth spurt. It was wacky.
And
Yeah,
Ichigo.
I used to be taller than my cousins who are younger than me. Then they turned 14, and now they're all 6'4".
And Ichigo Kaneko is 5 foot.
Yo,
Even.
Ichigo's a small.
Yeah, she is a small. Almost every time I'm around her, like if we're both just standing, like not actually walking, there's a 9 out of 10 chance that I'll suddenly just bend to my knees and drop a foot in height. Not even in a mocking way, it's just whoop.
Oh, so you do the how to talk to short people pose?
Yes. Oh god, what was that one meme where it was like it like had both of them wrong, and then the right way was like the short person was just like doing the wall press to the tall person?
I don't know, but that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That was funny.
Oh god. All right, let's see. Where line? Okay. The coach laughed. Sorry, Newton. That girl's the worst jinx I've ever seen. Probably shouldn't inflict her on others.
No. Mike deserves it. It's fine.
Everyone deserves pain right now.
He turned his back deliberately and moved to watch another game so that Bella could return to her former spectator's role.
Your game has been upgraded to spectator.
Nice.
Zane?
Sorry, trying to throw up again.
Ow.
How Mike thought again.
There's a circle of life.
You turned to Bella. Are you okay? Do not at them, please. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't you do it, Llytic.
Don't at them.
I'm not going to at this person. I was going to find more of those memes.
Mm-hmm. Well, why don't you read your line real quick?
Yeah, let me read my line. Wait,
Yeah, are you?
Yeah, are you? She asked, sheepishly blushing. Oh, sorry. Yes, are you?
I think I'll make it. Don't want to sound like a crybaby, but man, that's weak.
What?
Mike swung his arm in a circle, wincing.
Oh, God.
There's an RKO one.
I found... Oh. God damn it. Oh, God, if it wasn't for the iFunny logo at the bottom.
Just crop it out real quick. You'll be fine.
Oh, yes. Just let me immediately Photoshop.
You don't have to use Photoshop to crop a
Just
photo.
take the snipping tool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, how to talk to short people you don't. Oh, found one. Found
Bless
one.
you.
Let me just.
Bless you again.
Thank you.
Anyway, let's see. What was the line? I'll just stay back here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just stay back here, Bella said, embarrassment and chagrin on her face rather than pain. Maybe Mike had got the worst of it. I certainly hoped that was the case. It's just a mild concussion. Calm down.
Oh, she's fine. She's just bleeding from all of her at the same time.
That's normal for humans, right?
Yep.
No,
At least
but...
she wasn't playing anymore. She held the racket so carefully behind her back, her eyes wide with remorse, I had to disguise my laugh as coughing.
What's funny? Emmett wanted to know.
Tell you later, I muttered.
What's funny?
God damn it, the last one you put in. Like, I found a version of the one I wanted, but it was done in the form of a DDLC meme. So, like, it was custom drawn. Like, I have no issue with the Yuri and Natsuki ship. Sure, fine, go ahead, go off, ship what you want, so long as it's legal. But fuck it, I'll use it. Let me get back to it. What?
Talk to people.
I think
What the fuck?
I think she's taking it personally.
Scatter. 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 Run.
I need a Zoidberg gif of whoop, 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 whoop.
This kind of shit gets a bitch cut with me.
There, I remedied the issue.
Youth roll.
Talking about Zane, not you, Ichitan. Ah. Actually, with this one, depending on what just happened, this one might actually smooth things over.
Wrong. Wrong.
Oh.
Talk to people? No.
There we go. Anyway. My
I
line?
said my line, yeah.
Okay. Bella didn't venture into the game again. The coach ignored her and let Mike play alone.
Okay. We got through 5 pages. Good job, guys. We did well.
What it is that we're just not taking the proper pose to talk to short people like me.
Yeah, what needs to happen is you need to wall press me.
All right, I'll be in your house for next session. It's fine.
Either that or we do the third one.
The third one?
Yeah, on the last one I put.
Yeah, I'd much rather have you against the wall than the ground.
You'd much rather have me against the wall than you against the ground.
Yeah,
I kinda like
you against the ground.
I kind of like the one that Zane says. Talk to people. No.
No.
No. My neck extends to not talk to people.
Oh god. Talking about.
See y'all next time. Bye.
Yeah, just let me finish this one message, and then we'll finish this. Then I'll finish the series. Not you, Ichitan. Goodbye.
Ooh.
We already outed her as short.
Just as long as she doesn't watch this video, we're fine.
God damn it, there's not supposed to be a period.
Craig? Craig, what are you still doing? Craig, you should...